So hello students, today we will be looking into the measurement of time and simple pendulum. So again, the simple pendulum apparatus, you can see it on the screen. So a mass, okay, which is suspended from a point using a thread, and once it is disturbed, it will make a to and fro motion. So that is your simple pendulum apparatus. Again, the definition given for a simple pendulum is that of an ideal case, because it asks you to have this mass, okay, this bob, we call this as the bob. So that mass, it should be point mass, that means it should be small. And again, your string, it should be massless, and it should be inextensible. And again, all these things, it should happen under a case where air friction is less or is not at all there. Okay, again, all these are ideal cases. So again, your pendulum, it was discovered by Galileo Galilei, an Italian scientist. So what I was trying to say, the definition of simple pendulum. So an ideal pendulum consisting of a point mass, suspended by a weightless, inextensible, perfectly flexible thread and free to vibrate without friction. So that is the proper definition for simple pendulum. So anyway, no one will ask you what is simple pendulum, but you should know the idea what simple pendulum is. And now moving towards the length of the simple pendulum. So the length of the simple pendulum, it is the length from the point of suspension, okay, from the point of suspension to the center of the bob. So that means if you are having, okay, a bob hanging from a thread, so the length from this particular, okay, from the point of suspension, this is your point of suspension, so the length from that particular point till the center of the bob, so you call it as the effective length of the simple pendulum. That is the length of the string plus the radius of the bob. And the radius of the bob, it can be measured using vernier caliper. Okay, you know how to measure the radius of this particular bob using vernier caliper. So you'll be using vernier caliper and you'll be getting the total effective length. Then, okay, the bob, it is made of either iron or brass. Again, oscillation. So what makes one oscillation? So again, if the bob is starting from point O, okay, it should go to point B, okay, or it can move to A. In this case, I am taking it as now going from O to B and from B to A and finally reaching back to O. So once it is coming back to its original position from where it started, okay, after moving through the two extreme position, you can say that one oscillation is completed. So that makes your one oscillation. And again, one more thing, your simple pendulum, it's not necessary that the bob should be always spherical. It can be of any shape. Okay, and what makes this pendulum simple is that you are having only just one bob. So as you could see on the left side of the screen, okay, there is only one bob. But if I attach one more bob to that, like this, sorry, okay, now the thing is becoming complex. So if there are more attachments to this, it will become more and more complex. So with just one bob, you call it as the simple pendulum. Again, the equilibrium position, that is nothing but the position when the pendulum or the bob is at rest. So you could see that, and you call this as the mean position and the other two position as the extreme position. And the distance from the equilibrium position or the mean position, okay, the maximum displacement from the equilibrium position, you call it as the amplitude. So amplitude again represented by the letter small letter a or capital letter A, and it is measured in meter or centimeter. So again, this amplitude, it's very important. Again, time period and frequency, because you have already studied all these things in class 8, whether you studied about conservation of energy, right? So time period, the time required by the pendulum to complete one oscillation. And again, frequency, the number of oscillation it can complete in 1 second, and both are related by the equation T is equal to 1 by F or F is equal to 1 by T. So frequency unit again hertz or second raised to minus 1. And again, some examples of simple pendulum are given here, the swing and the cradle. So that is all about your simple pendulum. And now going towards the measurement of time period using a simple pendulum. So please watch the video that is coming.